In our first session, we looked at stress and how it affects the immune system and increasing our risk of COVID if we don't manage stress. Today, we'll talk about the link between nutrition, stress, and illness. This session will examine food habits and behaviors that compromise the immune system. Later on, we will identify foods and behaviors that boost the immune system or ameliorate the impact of stress. Think about a line of dominoes. When you knock over one domino, those stacked next to it will also tumble, causing the entire line of dominoes to collapse. This session will look at nutrition dominoes that, if toppled, might contribute to a compromised immune system. Domino number 1 is depletion of vital nutrients when you're under stress. And I think we can all agree that on top of being a student athlete, COVID has placed you all under even greater stress. When you're under stress, your body uses and requires more nutrients. As mentioned earlier about stress, when experiencing stress, the body releases glucose to prepare for fight or flight for immediate energy, even if you don't need to fight or flee. Then the body releases free fatty acids to prepare for long-term energy needs. But if stress continues, the body's nutrient stores are depleted. When this happens, your immune system is compromised, increasing your likelihood of catching contagious diseases like COVID. Domino number 2 is poor eating habits during high times of stress. Stress often affects people's eating habits. The next slide identifies other ways our eating behaviors may change when we are under stress. Think about how your eating habits change when you're too busy or stressed out. Do you find yourself engaging in any of these behaviors? The next few slides will examine each of these a bit more closely. If you don't have enough time to eat, you may skip meals. How many of you take time to eat breakfast in the morning, especially when you're too busy? Interestingly, this is probably a time that it is more important for you to eat breakfast. Obviously, if you're not eating, you're not providing your body with the nutrients you need. Or you might be more likely to prepare processed foods that are packaged for convenience, rather than cooking from scratch using fresh and whole foods. Processed foods tend to contain more sodium, fat, and refined carbohydrates, as well as other chemical ingredients that don't do anything for you in terms of dietary needs. And some of these ingredients actually exacerbate the stress response. Eating junk foods is like eating empty calories or foods that are high in calories with very little nutritional value. A lot of times, since athletes expend a lot of energy, their caloric needs are greater than those who are less active. But the kinds of calories you put into your body makes a difference, especially when it comes to handling stress and preventing disease. High-calorie foods with low nutrition don't contain the nutrients necessary to build a healthy immune system. And some ingredients in junk foods that taste great and are so satisfying also compromise the immune system. Student athletes have extra pressures related to both academic performance and athletic performance. What comfort foods do you go to when you are under pressure or stressed out or have experienced a disappointment? It's probably not a salad or a piece of fruit. If it is, good for you. Busy people often find it easier to just stick to a routine because they don't have time to think about food preparation or going to the store to purchase groceries. When we were in college, we could get 10 frozen pot pies for $1, and that was our go-to easy meal. Today, it's probably more likely that ramen noodles 3 times a day or lots of peanut butter toast, and that isn't going to provide you the variety of nutrients your body needs to function optimally. Do you ever stress eat? You don't eat just a bowl of ice cream, but you eat the entire gallon. Lack of moderation is often a response to stress. Overeating like this will often fill you up and prevent you from eating the variety of foods you need to meet your dietary needs. Can you think of other reasons why people make poor food choices? Some people lose their appetites when under stress. Again, this results in an inadequate intake of nutrients the body needs to stay healthy. Those of you living off campus or who aren't on the meal plan may find it difficult to purchase anything but the most affordable foods, which are often the least nutritious. What about you? Domino number 3 is eating foods that trigger the stress response. When under stress, you're more likely to eat the kinds of foods you eat may trigger the stress response. We already know that vital nutrients are depleted under prolonged stress. Unfortunately, the kinds of foods we choose when we're stressed out can actually make matters worse because many of them keep the stress response regulated. Caffeine, found in coffee, tea, soda, chocolate, contains methylated xanthines, which trigger epinephrine and norepinephrine hormones that increase heart rate, blood pressure, the same response produced in fight or flight. Refined sugar, high fructose, corn syrup, and table sugar found in many sweets, as well as processed foods, have the same impact on the nervous system as caffeine. Refined flour, found in breads, pastries, cakes, and cookies, can trigger the adrenal or stress glands. Salts or sodium, found in table salt and commonly found in large amounts of fast foods, processed foods, and snacks, can cause the body to retain water, which in turn increases blood pressure. In short, the very foods people eat under stress often can actually exacerbate the impact of the stress on the body. Domino number 4 is eating foods that compromise the immune system. On top of the other issues related to food choices when under stress, some foods also have been shown to suppress the immune system. The proliferation of toxic chemical residues found in the body is referred to as bioburden. Processed foods contain all kinds of non-nutrient chemicals that can build up to a toxic or harmful level. These chemicals may compromise the immune system. Sugar is also one of those food items that suppresses the immune system. Nutritionist Nancy Appleton, author of Lick the Sugar Habit, Suicide by Sugar and Killer Colas, has this to say about sugar. The bottom line is that sugar upsets the body chemistry and suppresses the immune system. The stronger the immune system, the easier it is for the body to fight infections and degenerative diseases. Based on what has been covered, what behaviors of food choices you currently make might be compromising your immune system? Based on this session, think about something you might eliminate or modify so you can keep your immune system healthy during this stressful time. Beyond the tips I've just shared, I want to point out 2 resources that can help you meet your daily nutrition needs. ChooseMyPlate.gov provides basic guidelines for nutrition, including how many servings you should eat daily from each food group. Check it out by going to the nutrition links page located within this article. For more about basic guidelines for healthy eating, check out the current dietary guidelines. I've also provided a link for you to access it on the links page. As mentioned, we will share a relaxation strategy at the end of each session. Today, sharing a simple exercise called 4-7-8 breathing. For best long-term results, you can practice this twice a day. That may seem like a lot, but each session lasts about a minute, and the benefit in terms of creating a relaxation response is amazing. Let me explain this first before I lead you through the technique. You will find a comfortable position sitting with your back straight and your feet on the floor. Next, position your tongue against the roof of your mouth behind your front teeth. Before you actually start, you will need to blow out all your air and then begin the 4-7-8 breathing cycle, which goes like this. You'll breathe in quickly through your nose for a count of 4. Then you'll hold your breath in for a count of 7. Then you'll forcefully blow your air out with a whoosh sound for a count of 8. Repeat it 4 times. Now see if you can follow along. Get into a comfortable seated position and place your tongue behind your upper front teeth. Now blow out all your air and then follow me. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. In, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, in, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, in, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's all for this week. To view a video of this strategy, along with all other resources related to this session, check out the session links page.